棉花临近成熟时呢，也就到了它的测产期。
The cotton is entering into the harvesting season, so we are about to measure the yield. And we have invited the township party secretary. Could you please greet our viewers? Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Yang is very familiar with the measurement methods of the cotton yield. So let's learn about how to measure the cotton yield. Mr. Yang, could you please take us to have a look? Sure. Behind me, I can see that the agri-technician is measuring the yield. So why are we doing the measurements right now? For agricultural production, before we start harvesting the cotton in the field, we must have an estimate about the yield. With the basic information about the estimates, we will be more fully prepared for the next step. For example, how many laborers shall I assign to the field, and what machinery shall we get ready for another? Now, the national government is very supportive of cotton development, and there is a subsidy for the cotton price. And recently, we must refer the information about the cotton yield and production volume to the system of that price subsidy platform, and then we can get a final subsidy level. So we must now forecast the production volume this year, and then we can get a clue about the amount we need. So such a measurement is a very useful means. After the measurement of the yield, there will be a lot of steps to be carried out after the harvesting. Now, in our camera, we can see the technicians are doing the measurements. Let's ask them about this process. Hello, everyone. I see that you're measuring the production, so what is the procedure? We measure by the unit of 667 square meters. That is to say, by the unit of 0.01 mu and 64 plus 2 centimeters. We take that unit area and then we measure the number of cotton in that fixed area. We get the number that there are about 14,000 different cotton plants in that area. And for every cotton, there are about 6 to 7 fruits. And the total weight is 455 kilograms. Could you please tell us how to count the number of the cotton plants? For example, this is one, and this is one cotton fruit. So we can count about the number of cotton. And we also measure the diameter of the cotton. Only when they grow beyond 2 centimeters that we will count them in. And I see that there are 7 cotton on this one plant. Yes, this must be a good harvest year. As I said, we will measure the diameter of the cotton, and the diameter must be above 2 centimeters. Why do you call it 棉桃 in Chinese? Because they look like 桃, meaning peach. Just now, according to the technician, they must measure 3 fields as the pilot areas. And for 1 mu area, they take 1% of it, and then within that 1% of area, they will count the number of cotton plants. And then they will count the number of cotton buds on that one plant. When they are counting the number of cotton buds, they must measure the diameters of those cotton. Only when they are above 2 centimeters, they will count them in the production volume. So for every cotton, it weighs at 5.3 grams on average. And then they must multiply by 85%, because when we have the machinery to do the harvest work, there might be about a certain level of loss ratio. So we will multiply that final production by 85%. This is the growth period of the cotton right now. What work shall we do during this period? How to scientifically manage them? You must have heard about it. This is the cotton, the main result of the plantation. In Tumxuk, cotton is our main crop. This year, we plant about 185,000. Cotton is sold in the early April. After 3 to 4 months of growth period, we are about to enter the harvesting season. For the field of cotton behind me, we have been growing cotton for 22 years. And on April the 5th, we started sowing the seeds. Up until now, there are several breeding seasons for cotton. Firstly, the seedlings emerge. Then, the seedlings grow, which takes about 30 to 40 days on average. And on the cotton plants, there will be the buds. To put it simply, it's just like the period when the flowers are not fully grown yet. And then it takes about 25 to 30 days for the buds to flower and blossom. There are white or pink flowers to grow out of the buds. Then, after the blossoming season, the cotton will grow. The growers prefer to call the cotton balls. After flowering, the cotton will grow. And that also belongs to the flowering period. The cotton grows from small to big. And at the end of August, as you can see, there are usually 5 different petals on one cotton. When they grow mature, the several petals will grow separately towards different directions. So this is the Xinjiang cotton. What are the features of Xinjiang cotton? Xinjiang cotton has high quality. For example, the one I'm taking on my hand, the color is purely white. And the fibers of the cotton are symmetrical. The fibers grow out of the seeds. So you mean that those fibers grow out of the cotton seeds? Yes. The fibers grow out of the cotton seeds, and we mainly use those fibers as the products. Then we separate the cotton seeds and the fibers. Then we can process the cotton fibers. There will be a lot of cotton-related products after spinning process. Our daily lives are inseparable from cotton fibers. I have something to share. Actually, in our RMB, cotton is also existent. As you said, some of the cotton are already mature. Do we still need to wait for some time for us to harvest? This year, the main species of cotton we grow is called Tahe number 2, and the growth period is about 120 to 130 days. Since we sowed in early April, now we see that the cotton fibers are starting to appear. 50% of the plants in this field will grow the fibers. If that day comes, we are coming near to the harvesting day. Usually in early September, that's the day for us to harvest. So we will start the machinery-based harvesting later on. Since we grow on a large scale, we have the mechanical way of harvesting and management. Around September the 5th, we will start to spray the defoliant. So after spraying the defoliant, the remaining will be the cotton that we harvest. In the defoliant, we will add in some ethanol. After 20 days, the cotton fibers will fall off from the plants after the spraying of defoliants and ethanol. According to our discussion, this year we have specific technology to grow the cotton. This year, because of the special technology we adopt, it has better benefits. Since the trickle irrigation is the main way of irrigation, we have a lot of pipes, and this year we did some adjustment to this procedure. In the field, when the soil is still very dry, we will start the sowing of the cotton seeds. After sowing through the pipeline system, we will trickle the water into the field. And then the seeds will start taking in the water, and then they will sprout and grow seedlings. With that technology, you must have saved a lot of money. Yes, we have significant financial benefits from this technique. First of all, we have saved a lot of water. Previously, we consume about 180 cubic meters of water, but now with this new technique of irrigation, once the seeds are sown, we need only 20 cubic meters of water. So we cut a large amount of water consumption. And later on, we need another 20 cubic meters of water irrigation. So in total, 40 cubic meters will be sufficient to guarantee the growth of cotton. That's one benefit out of this technology. For another, there are some other benefits. For example, the cotton will embrace an earlier day of seedling growth. The seedling ratio is improved as well. The cotton can grow earlier, so every step is coming ahead of schedule. By the end of August, a lot of those cotton are already mature. The moment I step on this field, I see a lot of the mature cotton. So because of this technology, there are a lot of benefits for the growth of cotton and the management of the field. There are so many benefits. The yield per unit has been significantly improved as well compared to last year. So we can both deliver high quality and high yield with this new technique. Thank you, Mr. Yang, for giving us so many information about yield measurement and cotton growth. Now we see how the cotton is growing right now. Locally, digital agriculture is fully applied to have fine management of the cotton field. So what is the situation of digital agriculture? We have invited another technician here in Tangyi Township. He's very familiar with the digital technologies applied here. Nice to meet you, dear viewers. You're a little bit nervous. This is your first time on a live show. We just mentioned about the digital platform here. Could you please introduce more about the application of digital agriculture platform, how to manage the platform? Now, the digital platform is mainly oriented to the cotton growth. There are several benefits from it. First of all, with the remote monitoring, we can monitor the whole growth period. For example, we could learn about the pest situation, the drought situation on the field. That's time-saving and cost-saving compared to the manual work. It saves time. And second of all, with the satellite remote sensing technology, we could learn more about the pest, the growth cycle of cotton, and disasters situation, and then we can give instant notifications through the drones. The drones will automatically formulate some routes of flight. If they learn about the instant need of fertilization, they will fly directly to that designated point. So that makes the fertilization process more efficient. When was this digital agriculture platform built? Early this year in 2022. To build such a platform of digital agriculture, compared to those other platforms, in addition to the above-mentioned benefits, for example, easier discovery of the situation in the fields, early warning. What else technologies are added? For example, scientific fertilization and irrigation and watering. That helps to boost our production volume, and our growers are more confident about growing cotton. I learned that this field is already installed with the digital agriculture platform. Could you please introduce more about the available platforms installed here? We have the remote sensing platform, and through the roll of light, we could lure those insects to a certain place. And then we take photos of those insects. Then we learn about the species and the number of the insects. So that paves the way for pest control. Is there any technician working here to show us how the platform works? I see you're holding a pad. Could you please introduce more? Is your name Zhang Zhiyuan? Exactly. Could you please show our viewers about the devices on the pad? What is it? This is the full information of all the fields. So the information about all the fields is gathered together on this one platform, and you can learn about all fields. Yes, I can check information about them all. And what is monitored here? Let me show you on site. For example, the water content in the soil, the growth situation, the drought situation, the nitrogen monitoring, and the chlorophyll situation. For example, I can click directly. How to judge which field is having something wrong? Yes, we can click to learn about the number of the fields. Sorry, poor signal here. And what does the colors mean? Red represents drought. So with this diagram, there will be some further details. There are some intelligent technologies to help us have scientific watering. We will start watering in those more drier fields. And for the growers, how do they learn about the water contents of their soil? The monitoring results will be referred to the growers through either phone calls or WeChat. So after monitoring some droughts situation or pests on this pad, after analysis, you will notify the growers, and the growers must install similar app on their mobile phones. They have some control devices. With just one tap, they could turn on the valve to start irrigation or watering. They may start adding some drugs to the fields in order to improve the pest situation. And what is this device? This is the soil situation monitoring station. There are 5 different soil layers. For example, 50 centimeters and 10 centimeters. It tests the humidity and temperature of the soil. How does it work? There is a sensor in the soil, and data will be transferred to the big data platform through the sensor. So the sensor will monitor the humidity and temperature of the soil, and the data will be transferred to your system, and you can read the data on your system. That's true. So what is the navigation system harnessed by this sensor? There is an independently developed sensor system by the company. And what is this? This is the high-resolution camera. And what does it monitor? It can measure the growth situation of the cotton. Is this also connected with the big data system? Yes. So you can just click in one specific field to look at the data about it. Yes. And what about this one? This is automatic meteorological station. It can take samples to have data about, for example, the radiation, temperature, humidity, and adding more information to our big data platform. This must be the pest monitor. How does it work? At nighttime, we set up a specific time period, for example, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. It will capture the insects to this station, and then they take photos of the insects for more further analysis. There will be data about the types of the insects and the density of the insects. So this must be the lamp. And is it turned on during the nighttime? Yes. After luring the insects into the station, how do you analyze the insects? The insects luring will fall onto a panel, and there is a camera to take photos of the panel, and then the photo will be transferred to our big data platform for further analysis. Thank you, Zhang Zhiyuan, for the information. Right next to this insect control device, there is a drone. This drone will sprinkle fertilizers to this field later on. And Mr. Tao, could you please introduce more about this big-sized drone? How does it work? The controller will control this drone. There will be some designated sample taking points in the field. After taking samples, you can see that the fertilizers will be put into this bottle, and then the drone will start sprinkling. What is special about the drone sprinkling? Compared to manual work, the drones are more convenient. How much, for example, defoliants and liquids could be put into one drone? 40 kilograms. And how large is the field covered by such a one drone? It depends on the volume of defoliants in this drone. Okay. Today with Mr. Tao, we have witnessed the development situation of digital agriculture platforms. There are a lot of cotton processing factories locally. Today, we take an example from the local factories. This is locally produced. I heard that the production volume is 445 kilograms per moo. And for 445 kilograms, 130 kilograms of final products will be produced. How many rolls of the cotton threads can be produced from that amount? This one roll of cotton thread weighs at 1.5 kilograms. So that means without any loss, we can produce over 80 rolls of cotton threads from one moo of field. We can produce socks from the cotton threads. For one pair of socks, it weighs at 17 grams, and it contains 75% of cotton. So for 80 rows of the cotton threads, we can produce over 10,000 pairs of socks like this one. There are abundant cotton factories locally. They can produce the cotton threads and produce towels and a series of related products. So this industry has greatly supported the employment of local farmers, and the textile processing and sales distribution links constitute as a complete industrial chain. So cotton is put into full use. Xinjiang is a suitable place for the growth of cotton because it's dry and it has longer sunshine period and less rainfalls. Just now in the cotton field, we saw that the cotton is very white and the fibers are very long. In less than 2 months' time, we will enter into the harvesting period of cotton. If we have more opportunity in the harvesting season, I will come here again. We would love to show you how the cotton is harvested. So today, thank you for watching our live show. See you next time.